Like the whole Wham thing, and he loved Wham so much, and these nicknames. This is the nicknames you give your dog, your little boo thing. Like, and I get it, that's their nicknames in the street, but it just sound corny. And when he said, cause he like 40 something, I don't know.
Never gonna get his shit together. The only thing that he cares about is what the world thinks of him. Because he's a fucking narcissist.
What's up, you guys? My name is Eric. Who is Eric? I am Eric. Welcome back to my channel. I know last week I did not post. The last time I posted was probably like 2 weeks ago. Maybe it was last Friday. But I know I didn't post this recently Monday. Sorry. I had recorded a video. I got it, made it, and it wouldn't let me download it. Like, I tried to download it all that Monday. It wouldn't let me do it. I tried using it on somebody else's laptop. It wouldn't let me do it. So, considering I didn't give you guys, you know, a video, so instead I am going to drop 2 videos today. It is going to be this video and there's going to be another one. You guys can watch both. If you want to watch that one is just going to be basically me just reviewing Cardi B's album. Somebody who is a kind of a fan of her, and been, you know, having high standards for the albums. I listened to it. It's not going to be long. It's just going to be a few of my opinions. But this video is obviously My Opinion Monday. Today is Monday, so I'm going to give my opinions of some things that I had from last episode and this episode. So we're gonna go ahead and jump in some topics. So recently, a famous, if you want to call him activist, have recently passed away. His name was Charlie Kirk. He was a Republican activist who, you know, who was on Trump team that went around harassing a group of people. Yes, harassment. Black people of color, the trans community, the LGBT community, the women. Like, he used to harass people and used to have his cult, because that whole thing is a cult. But that's another topic for another day. He got recently murdered by a fellow white man who murdered him, and just recently his wife had a memorial for him. I believe it was in Arizona, if I'm not mistaken. He had a memorial for him in Arizona, and I guess, you know, sending prayers and love to his murder. So before it had came out who his murderer was, everybody was anticipating it was a black man. Considering his background of him harassing black people and promoting gun violence, his murder was a black man. I mean, who was a white man. So before it was known, his wife was promoting online saying, we're gonna get them, or we're going to pay back, and all that weird villain era shit that bitch trying to conjure. But she was promoting that, but just to come to find out, it was also a fellow white man who killed Charlie Kirk. Now she was on on his memorial thing saying she forgive the man and how she's gonna, I guess, let it go or whatever. But it's just funny to me. It's funny as fuck how that lady was ready to go to war, ready to go die behind this man just because she thought it was black. Now I'm curious what she would have done if the assassin was a black man. You get what I'm saying? I want to know what was her statement. Was it going to continue to be, you know, we're going to get our revenge, and then later on saying she forgive him, or was she still ready to go to war and still was ready to kill behind her precious beloved man? And I see people, I have very mixed feelings about this situation, because I see people where they are, you know, saying, hey, like, I'm happy he's dead. And I also see people that's like, you know, he's dead. I feel like it is wrong to, you know, disrespect the dead if they're dead. And I'm gonna give my intake on that. I feel like that whole situation, I feel like no one deserved to die. I feel like no one deserved any harm like that towards anybody. But I will say, as for just being this, oh my gosh, I feel bad. I I honestly don't. Only reason why I don't feel bad is because he promote gun violence. He promote the Second Right Amendment that he screamed so vaguely about because it was something that was against black people. So for him to now, you know, for people wants to him feel sad and feel bad, but this is something he promoted and this is something he wanted. Same way with the George Floyd situation, where how white people, not just white people, I'm gonna say conservative people, I don't want to group people, conservative people who have made jokes about the George Floyd situation, and now people on Twitter and on TikTok and probably in real life is now making his death as a mockery. It's no longer funny. It is no longer a situation where, you guys, we can't talk about that, we can't do that, that's wrong, that's horrible. But now it happened to your beloved activist. Now it doesn't matter. Now, you know, before it didn't happen to your beloved activist, now it doesn't matter and now it's okay. No. You know, one bite the dust. I feel like whatever you put out in this world is what you're going to receive in return. He put out hate. He put out disrespect. He put out letting bullies as well and harassment on people. And now it came back and bite him in his ass. I don't think people understand. Like I said, what you put out there is what you're going to get. And that's what he got in return. Unfortunately, as it is, RIP, I'm not the person to spit on the dead, but no shade, I am the person that's going to tell the truth about the dead. You know what I'm saying? So that was his truth. That was his story. I don't have ill attention against this man. I don't know this man personally. He didn't say nothing to me personally, but I am with my community as well. I am a black gay man. So if I see someone get disrespect my community and something happen to them, you can't and think I'm gonna possibly give a fuck, because I don't care. Genuinely, I don't give a fuck. But that's my opinion on the Charlie Kirk situation. I'm not gonna go too crazy on that because I don't want them in my comments. I won't give a fuck, but I just personally do not want them in my comments because, child, I do not care. The next topic was going to be last week was the Young Thug and the Glorilla situation. So if y'all not keeping up, people are linking Young Thug phone calls to jail phone calls that he had with people. So he recently had a jail phone call that was linked with Mariah the Scientist. Mariah the Scientist, you know, my girl, she was being shady. I don't think no different. That bitch was being shady. And I love Mariah the Scientist. So I think it was funny because that's some shit I was cool. Because no shade, my bitch, she's on the phone with her nigga. She not thinking much of it. She on the phone gossiping with her nigga. That's no shade. That's what me and my nigga do. We gossip. I do feel like, you know, she should have said that, or, you know, you think she's cured. But that was just funny. You think she's cured? But I do feel like a lot of people like taking their anger more on Mariah than they're taking on Young Thug. Young Thug is a gossipy bitch. No shade. Excuse my language. He is. And as somebody who, I'm not gonna pump fake it. I'm not one of these bitches that said, oh, free Young Thug. I used to listen to his music. I can name like 5 songs by Young Thug, unfortunately. I think Young Thug is a great rapper. I think he's very like himself. He's very different. But I do feel like this man is very like, I don't know. I do feel like he's a part of my team. Just simply him being gossipy. Just simply how he treat women. And also how he treat his homeboys. Like the whole Wham thing. And he love Wham so much. And these nicknames. This is the nicknames you give your dog. Your little boo thing. Like, and I get it, that's their nicknames in the street, but it just sound corny when he said, because he like 40 something, I don't know. But yeah, the whole situation, I do feel like it was very funny, but the thing wasn't sitting right with me. It was Glorilla colorist. And no shade, I can't be a fake bitch and say, oh my gosh, she should have said those things. She shouldn't have, but I feel like y'all guys have to understand that is rap culture. Rap culture is meant to go deep. Rap culture is meant to talk shit. Rap culture is meant to, when you're dissing somebody, we're going to get into distance too. When you're dissing somebody, you're supposed to hit below the belt. You're supposed to go to hell. That's the whole point of dissing. What's the word? It's no rules. That's the whole point of dissing. That's the whole point of rap culture. I think once we get out of the very sensitive culture when it comes to rap, I feel like it would be so much better. But she was being colorist, but I do think Glorilla thinks she prettier than she thinks she is. And I know it's like, okay, how can you say something because you're fat, or y'all might not find me attractive, but it's the truth. The mass majority will say she's not the best looking, and that's okay. Like, bitch, my girl thinks she's pretty, then she's pretty. I love Glorilla, but I do think she is only think she's pretty because she's light skinned. I do feel like that. I don't think Glorilla is colorist. I don't think she, you know, all of that, but I do think she thinks she's prettier than what she's actually is, if that makes sense. I'm not here to slander Glorilla. Like I said, I feel like she have every right to, you know, do a little diss back, because bitch, Brianna, bitch, if I say I look like Rihanna, then that's that. So bitch, I'm gonna put my diss out too, which that's why she got on Young Thug, and Young Thug just looked like his ass stink, his breath stink, he got cocoa bugs, he got his beard, like he went to jail, got fat, got on the phone, and started being a messy punk. He didn't work out, he didn't get in the gym, he didn't become a Muslim, he didn't change his life around, he didn't do nothing. All he did was literally ruin his whole image. And the more we're gonna realize you need to die as a hero or live yourself become a villain is an actual true thing, and it's an actual, especially in the black community, it's a true thing, we won't never succeed. Because Young Thug, before, everybody was screaming free Young Thug. Now nobody, like, he's just a messy poem. Like, no shade, he's just a messy poem. Yeah, that's how I feel about the situation. Oh, I feel like with the Ghana situation, Ghana is, I can't give, you know what, I can't even give my opinion on the Ghana situation because it's very mixed feelings. And I honestly feel like a lot of people, not give him grace, because I'm proud of what Ghana, how he changed his life around. But I think a lot of people fail to realize Ghana is in the gang situation. So when you're a rat, you're a rat, because that's what they preaching at, you know, that gang membership stuff, versus, you know, like a rapper like J. Cole or a rapper like Tyler Creator, they don't gang bang, they don't rap about ganging, but he does. He's actually in the gang, so it's a lot different. So when a lot of people trying to make this thing, like, yeah, it's stupid, the shit is dumb, but that is a real thing, you know, in our community. Gang gets something seriously, and they will rather you be gay, which they hate, than be a snitch. Because you're breaking code. Now it's loyalty and all of that. But that's how I feel about the Young Thug situation. Like I said, I'm not going to go deep into it further no more. I'm trying to get through all of these. So earlier, since we're on a diss and stuff, recently, Cardi B dropped the album. I'm gonna give my little few opinions. If you guys would like to hear my full opinion on the album, I will be dropping a video. It's already out because this video is out as well. So just go ahead, you want to pause this, go watch that, and come back and see what's my opinion. If you want to, you know, watch this afterwards, or you want to watch this before, just go ahead, click that link at the bottom, and then I will post that video for that. But my opinion, Cardi B just dropped an album after 7 years of waiting. She dropped her sophomore album. I'm not gonna give too much on my opinion, but I will say on that album, she recently did 2 female artists, JT Bia, and she also did her ex Offset. And it was, honestly, I will say, all disses, or whatever you want to call it, was really good. It was very rhymey, but I will say her disses are very not TikTok-y, Twitter-ish. Her disses don't be something that come off the dome. It don't be something that, like, damn, wait. Like, it don't be something like that. It don't be something that new or something she just made up. It be disses that people already heard. People have already said it on Twitter. Like, calling JT a lapdog, calling Bia, saying name 5 Bia songs pointing to your head. Like, it was good, don't get me wrong, it was very catchy, but I do feel like it was just very, No shade, I didn't catch JT this because the song itself wasn't my favorite and I skipped it, but I have to go back because I heard people talking about it on Twitter. But it was basically, she just saying like, with the JT rap, she was just saying like how Uzi is gay and how she kissed and was kissing Nicki ass to get a feature and just some other stuff. But honestly, with that, I will say, with the kissing ass to the feature, my bitch got her feature. She got her feature on Nicki number one song. It wasn't a full feature. It didn't start off as a feature song, but she was on the song with Nicki Minaj, performed with her too. So if she quote unquote did dick ride, she at least got something for it. Bia, girl, who gives a fuck about Bia? No shade. But my bitch JT also, you said she, basically sticking up things up Uzi exit area. But no shade, my girl, I can't comment on no relationship, but I just feel like, girl, it's a lot of bitches that's out there that do kinky shit with they nigga. I'm pretty sure bitches rather do that than they nigga be unloyal. I feel like that was very slow of her. At least my nigga might cheat, but at least he don't shove dildos. I see where she was going, but I can tell that was like some shit that one of her little helpers helped her with, because it was like, okay, girl, it was funny, but it wasn't like, that's why it's her rap lines doesn't just be like, oh shit, like it just doesn't like, wait, like it doesn't do that. Like it's very lame. Bia was actually funny, I give her that. And I'll say hey, I'm not gonna go too much into it, but she was very much on I'll say hey. And I honestly, with her pain song, I love all her I'll say thises. I'm not gonna hold this to you. I love her song and her relationship, because I will say I can somewhat experience the stuff she's talking about, Long story short, all her disses was cool. Bitch, I'm biased. I love JT. How diss somebody else, play with somebody else, go diss somebody else, leave her out of this. Bitch, you a year late. Bitch, you're a year late. Basically, long story short, cut that shit quick. Cause I don't care that much. The one I have is recently. This is more so on my spiritual side. So recently, people I have seen on TikTok, Twitter, is just speculating around the world that the rapture is supposed to come tomorrow. Now, I can't say if that's true. I can't say if that's not. God, please let it not be. But I do feel like a lot of people make these conspiracy theories. And I think that a lot of Christian people try to make these conspiracy theories to get people, like scare tactics, I would say, to get people into Christianity. I'm a Christian myself, and I'm very on everybody beliefs is people beliefs. I'm not one of those Christians who force people down their throat, but I do feel like a lot of these Christians are using these scare tactics, like the rapture is coming and do this and do that, so they can, I feel like they're trying to get more people to convert into Christianity, but they're not doing it the right way. The scare tactic is not, and I always tell people that if you want to get somebody to, persuade or, open a door for them when it comes to religion, scare tactic is not one of them. That's not something that they're going to be intrigued. I get it that, the hard truth, the hard truth and all of that, but I feel like that's not the way to do it. If you don't, it make it sound like worse than what it should be, and it sound way worse than it could be. Like, you tell people, oh, you don't do this, do that, or don't do that, you're going to hell. Like, I feel like that's not a way you should go about it, especially if you want to get people to convert, if you want to get your brothers and sisters into the kingdom of heaven. I feel like scare tactic is never the one. I feel like that actually run people away, because it ran me away. I feel like when it comes to stuff like that, I just feel like people are not doing it the right way, because now people are, you know, belittling Christianity. And what if, say for instance, the rapture does come? You know, you didn't persuade or you didn't change anybody's life around. I feel like that get people doing weird stuff and doing dumb things. I don't know. I will say it's always a new theory every year. Every year it's always a new theory. Like I said, I can't say if it is or isn't, but it's always a new theory every year. Every generation always says we are living in not the end of our years. Old generation always said that. Each generation always said that. So I feel like it's very bland, and I feel like it's very like dull at this moment, because y'all just heard it from somebody who tells somebody who somebody. Nobody knows except God. So that was just a little bit something. I'm not gonna go too big and deep into it, because I feel like that's a whole can of worms that I can open when I'm high, but right now I can't. But that's how I feel about that situation. About that. If you do feel like it's coming, just prayers, you know, just keep doing the Lord's work and keep doing the name in vain. You know, I always have to put my spiritual side on that. Thank you. Okay. So, I have another topic, and this is one of the things, on my opinion, is going to be pregnancies. I just noticed a very large pattern. I seen this girl who, I forgot, her name is Kahan. It might be Kahana. She's a girl on TikTok. She's a woman on TikTok. I love her so much. She's just very educated. She loves reading books. She's hilarious as fuck. I love her. Beautiful black woman. I love her so much. I seen a video that she was just saying like things that she hate, like, you know, top things. No, not that she hate, that she feel like is going to hell. And I feel like one of these people that's going to hell, and hear me out, is the people that commented under people comments and says like say for instance, a woman announced her pregnancy, and the people in the TikTok comments or the Twitter comments, I don't really see people on Instagram doing it, but really Twitter and TikTok saying, without a ring first. I hate that. I genuinely do. Don't get me wrong. I get it. I get what we're trying to promote more of marriage than, you know, single children out of wedlock. But I feel like that's very tacky, and that's very like evil. I feel like people who do that are going to hell. I genuinely feel like that. Like, of course I get what you guys coming from. I'm very strong. Like, I be strong on my female friends. I be strong on my male friends. Like, please, before y'all have kids, make sure y'all be married. Make sure y'all settle down with a person. And even when you're married, I don't think you should jump right into having kids. I always say that when I get married, I want at least like 4 to 3 years of me being married, because I want to spend that marital time with me not having a child. You know, it's you know, that's just my opinion. But I do feel like commenting and saying like, oh, without a ring first or anything like that, or congratulations, you're a baby mother, or just have a child. I feel like that's very unnecessary. That's like commenting under a fat bitch post, and she's in a swimsuit, and she just comments. That was just like, bitch, you gonna post in a swimsuit without weight loss yet? Yes, it doesn't. Yes, it might not have correlate, but it's still the same thing. It's unprovoked, and it's just like, I get everybody. Of course, everybody is thinking of that. Of course, people is thinking of that. But I feel like you're commenting, and when this woman or this beautiful couple or this man is trying to, you know, announce their pregnancy or announce their, you know, their big reveal, I feel a lot of people who comment, it's very tacky, and it's just distasteful. Like, I don't know, I hate when people do that, because of course, you know, get married is the right thing. But a lot of people don't view marriage as that. I think that's another thing as well. We push marriage too hard to, like I said, it's a scare tactic. A lot of people might not view marriage as a big thing. Now, I'm very strong on, okay, there is no purpose of having kids, because if you don't want to marry this person, then... But I get it. At the same time, marriage is a lie. You know, you got to face legal battles. You know, unfortunately, stuff do happen and things come up when a couple is no longer, want to be entwined with each other. That's a long process. That's lawyer fees and all of that. That is very much a lie. But I'm very big on, having family the right way. But at the same time, it's just like going under somebody's comments and saying, I would never have no baby out of wedlock without a ring. Like, no, bitch. That's none of my business. You don't know what they have going on. You don't know they probably got married before, they probably got married in, courthouse or whatever. They probably got eloped. And, they having a kid, they probably didn't announce it. There's a lot of couples that do that. They are married. They don't announce it to the whole world because that's just something they're special with. But I just feel like when people do that, it's very ugly and it's very lame as fuck. And y'all be saying that and be doing that and don't be having nobody to love on. So I feel like that's just corny all in general. But that's my opinion Monday. I'm sorry I have to cut it short. I'm only cut it short because like I said, I do have to fill two videos. I gotta go to the gym. But I am thankful for you guys watching me and, keeping up with me. Like I said, I'm gonna try to start every Monday dropping videos and dropping like that. I also gonna start doing a segment very soon, getting in the works of that and stuff like that. But thank you so much. Keep repping me. Do the death for me. Nah. But yeah, cause also, like I said, I am dropping a video after this. So go ahead, watch that video. If you already did watch the video, put your opinions. Honestly, I'm very big on opinions. I really don't care if your opinion, it don't have to agree with mine. It's like I'm open to have a conversation, have a debate. Like I said, I'm not here to slander anybody. My opinion is my opinion. But yeah, y'all have a nice one. Thank you for watching.